Today we have something pretty new and interesting to bring you guys on the channel, and this should be a lot of fun. You guys can actually play along down in the comment section as well. But as you can see, we are here on Instagram, and this Instagram page is called NHL Guess Who. With that name, you can probably get a good understanding of what they're doing, and by looking at the thumbnail of my video, you probably have a good guess on what this video is going to be about. But for an example here, we'll click on one of their posts, and as you can see, there are 4 different tiers. There's impossible, hard, medium, and easy. And for each tier, there's going to be a clue, and you have to guess which NHL player that the page is talking about. If you get it on impossible, then you put that in the comment section. Same for hard, medium, and easy. My goal of the video is to get at least one on impossible, because a lot of the impossible clues are very, very difficult. I did do a couple of these questions before making the video just to get a good idea of what the page is about. I thought it would be a lot of fun. I thought it would make a pretty good video, so I guess we'll just jump right into it with this question, because I don't believe I have done this one yet. So we'll begin with the impossible tier. My rookie season was during the 48-game lockout shortened season, which was the 2012-13 year. And the only rookie really that comes to mind from that season is Nail Yakupov, who was the first overall pick in 2012. And he actually did have a pretty decent rookie season. I'm just going to go ahead and guess Nail Yakupov, because like I said, my goal is to get at least one on impossible. So we'll just look at the other clues first. My father was on the 4th place men's hockey team in the 94 Olympics. I'm not sure what team finished 4th that year. I won World Junior Gold alongside current NHLers such as Panarin, Orlov, Kuznetsov, and Zaitsev. Yeah, so that's Russian. I'm pretty sure it is Yakupov. I scored 17 points in the last playoffs where my team won the Stanley Cup. Okay, well that is definitely not Yakupov. Oh, it's Vladimir Tarasenko. Yeah, I completely didn't remember which year was his rookie season, so I got that one wrong, and we'll have to move on to another question now. Okay, we're over 1, so I definitely want to get this one right. We'll take a look at the impossible clue. The second digit of my number is an 8. The second digit of my number is an 8. Patrick Kane comes to mind, but other than that, no one really jumps out at me. So I'm not going to get this one on impossible. I know I do want to get at least one for the video, but since I am over 1, I want to try to get this one right no matter what clue it's on. I went top 10 in my draft. Patrick Kane did go top 10 in his draft, but still, I'm not sure if it's him 1000%. We'll go to the next one. I'm a Russian defenseman, so it is definitely not Patrick Kane. A Russian defenseman who went top... Oh, Mikhail Sergachev. I believe he was a top 10 pick, and I believe he's number 88. I was traded for Jonathan Drouin. Okay, so it is Mikhail Sergachev. So I got that one on medium, so I got to write that in the comment section. So we're now 1 for 2, so not too bad. Better than 0 for 2, I guess. But again, I do want to at least get one on impossible for this video. So I'm going to find another question, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we have another question pulled up. We're going to take a look at the impossible clue, which is I have won a Hart Trophy as MVP voted on by the writers, the Ted Lindsay Award as MVP voted on by the players, and the Conn Smythe Trophy as playoffs MVP. So that's a good amount of accolades. Ovechkin, Crosby, 2 players that come to mind. I want to get one on impossible, so I'm going to guess one of those 2 guys. I'm going to go with Ovechkin. I'm going to go with my gut and go with Ovi. I've won the Calder Trophy. Okay, Ovechkin has. I was drafted 2nd overall. Ovechkin was certainly not drafted 2nd overall. Who could this be? I don't know. We're going to have to take a look at this. My captain has had 2 times the amount of 100-point seasons in his career than I have had in mine. Oh, okay. Well, it's Evgeny Malkin, I believe. Yeah, it's Evgeny Malkin, so I got this one wrong. We're now 1 for 3. I really thought that one was going to be Ovi. I wanted to get it on impossible, but yeah, we got that wrong. Let's go look for another question. Moving along now to the next question. The impossible clue for this one is I've received a scholarship from University of Michigan, but rejected it. Doesn't do much for me. I'm not quite sure. I was runner-up behind a current Flyers forward for OHL Rookie of the Year. Which current Flyers forward won OHL Rookie of the Year? Claude Giroux played in the Q, so it wasn't him. I believe Sean Couturier played in the Q as well. Probably like Travis Konechny maybe, but still, even then, I'm not quite sure who the runner-up would be. So this one doesn't do much for me either. My mom missed my first NHL goal because she had gone to the washroom. This is Mitch Marner. I remember hearing that story, and for some reason I believe it is Mitch Marner, so this is medium, I'm guessing Marner on. We'll see what the easy one is. One of my teammates scored 4 goals in my NHL debut. Okay, Austin Matthews did. Yeah, it is Mitch Marner. So we're going to go ahead and write in the comment section that I got it on medium. I'm not quite sure why I remember that. I think I heard it in like a broadcast when watching one of the Leafs games that Marner's mom missed his first NHL goal for using the bathroom, which is pretty sad but pretty hilarious at the same time. But that's another one we got on medium. Not too bad, but I want to get one on hard here soon, or even impossible. So let's move along to the next question. Okay, so we got the next question pulled up here, and the impossible clue is my brother was a first-round pick. So like Makachuk's brother Brady was a first-round pick, and vice versa. Jordan Stahl's brother Eric was a first-round pick. Andrei Svechnikov's brother Evgeny was actually a first-round pick back in 2015 for the Red Wings. I'm trying to think of other brother duos in the NHL. Malcolm Subban's brother PK. I don't think PK was actually a first rounder, but PK's brother Malcolm was a first rounder. I think Malcolm Subban was in the first round. But yeah, this doesn't narrow it down too much, so I don't just want to guess one of those guys. So we'll go to the next one. I was originally from Siberia. Okay, I think this is actually Andrei Svechnikov, because it's definitely not any of the other guys that I just named off. I'm going to go ahead and guess Svechnikov on this one. The next one is leading up to the NHL. I played in the USHL and then the OHL. And Svechnikov did play in the USHL and then played for the Barrie Colts. So I think I'm right on this one. I was the first NHL player to pull off the lacrosse goal in a game, and I've done it twice. So yes, this is Andrei Svechnikov. So that is actually the first one that we got on the hard difficulty. So we're getting better. Hopefully here before the video ends, we can get one on impossible. But I'm pretty impressed with myself on that one. I think I did pretty good narrowing it down. But yeah, we'll move on to the next question now. Okay, so the impossible clue for this next one is I'm currently playing in the AHL. So any player in the AHL. That doesn't narrow it down too much. I am undrafted, but began my NHL career with the Montreal Canadiens. An undrafted player began the career with the Canadiens. I don't know. On top of the Canadiens, I have played for the Golden Knights and the Predators. I know this one. Daniel Carr, I think his name is. Because I know he got traded to Vegas. I know he played in Montreal. Because actually, I saw Post to Post talking about him in a random video a long time ago. Saying how he actually liked his game. I think he was talking about the trade to Vegas. So I think it's Daniel Carr. Pretty random player. My last name is the type of vehicle. Yeah, so a car. Yeah, it's Daniel Carr. That's a really random player. What one did I get that on? So I got that on medium. Not too bad. I'm actually pretty happy with that because it is like a random player. And I feel like a lot of people wouldn't have got that one until the last question. So not too bad. And now let's go find another question. Okay, so the impossible clue for this next one. I was born in Alberta. And I just saw the name in the comment section. If you're on this Instagram page, don't do that. Just put if you got it on impossible, hard, medium, or easy. Because then it kind of ruins it for people that are just trying to do it. And we'll see it in the comment section. Yeah, and it was William Nylander. So yeah, don't do that. Don't be one of these people. Moving along now, the impossible clue for this one. I was drafted outside the first round in the 2006 NHL draft. So that was a good amount of time ago. I don't really remember too much about the 06 draft. So I'm probably not going to get this one impossible. We'll move on now to the hard clue, which is I'm 5'9" and 181 pounds. So like it's a smaller player. Smaller players come to mind, Alex DeBrincat, but too recent, not 2006. Brendan Gallagher, don't think it was 2006, and I actually don't even think he's that small. Like Rocco Grimaldi, like small players like that, but I don't know. I guess we'll move on now to the medium clue. I'm known as an agitator or a pest. Oh, okay. It's probably Brad Marchand, because I know he wasn't a first-round pick. He was in the later rounds. Yeah, so I believe this one's Brad Marchand. This is on medium. My first name is Bradley, and my middle name is Kevin. Okay, yeah, Brad Marchand. So we got this one on medium. I feel like I probably should have got that one on at least like hard or even impossible, but it is what it is, medium. And these next couple of questions, I'm going to just start firing off some guesses because, like I said, I really want to get one on impossible. Alrighty, so the impossible clue for this one is I was drafted 8th overall. I don't know. I'm 20 years old, born in Minnesota. Oh, I think it's Casey Mittelstadt. I know he was an 8th round pick, or an 8th round pick. That's not even around anymore. An 8th overall pick. So I'm going to guess this one on hard and say Casey Mittelstadt. I couldn't do a pull-up at the draft combine. It is definitely Casey Mittelstadt. So we got that one on hard, which isn't too bad. But I probably should have just fired off a guess for impossible because I feel like I actually could have got that one. But let's move on to another question and try to get that one on impossible. Okay, this impossible clue. I played in the KHL prior to being drafted. Panarin was undrafted, so it cannot be Artemi Panarin. Maybe a guy like Evgeny Kuznetsov. I'm throwing out a guess because I want to get one on Impossible. I'll go with Evgeny Kuznetsov, I guess. I don't even know if he played in the KHL, but that's my guess. I scored on my first shot of my first shift. I've been to the NHL All-Star Game the last 3 seasons. I don't know if Kuzi has, hopefully. I led the league in points last season. Well, it's certainly not him. Oh, okay, well, it's Nikita Kucherov. Man, I feel like that was a pretty easy one that I probably could have got on Impossible. But let's move along now. Okay, moving along now. The Impossible clue here is I was drafted by the Washington Capitals. I feel like this player probably doesn't play for Washington anymore because that would be too easy. An NHL Guess Who's always trying to trick you. But this could literally be any Capitals draft pick. I'm going to go with Philip Forsberg. They drafted him and traded him before he ever played a game in Washington. In a trade that is now looked back at as one of the worst in a very long time. But yeah, I'm going to fire off a guess for Impossible. I'm going with Philip Forsberg to try to achieve my goal here. I was born in Sweden. Forsberg was. I share a last name with a Hockey Hall of Famer. Forsberg does indeed share a last name with Peter Forsberg. I went the other way in the Capitals' worst trade ever. It is Philip Forsberg. Finally achieved the goal of getting one on Impossible. And I think I'm going to end off the video here. I think it has been pretty long, and I do want to save some of these other questions in case you guys really did end up enjoying this video, leaving a like on it and stuff like that. And if you do, we can definitely make another one in like a week or something, because I'd definitely be down for that. I had a lot of fun in this, learned a lot of new things as well. So make sure to go give NHL Guess Who a follow on Instagram. These are a ton of fun, and there is a lot of them. There's also team editions, as you can see, and there are legend editions down there, or retired player ones, which are a lot of fun as well. I kept it to current players for this video, but if I do end up doing this again, I'll be sure to include some legends and team ones as well. So that is going to wrap this video up. If you do want to see more videos like this, be sure to drop a like on it and let me know what your thoughts were down in the comment section below. And of course, if you guys are new and you want to see more hockey content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys all in the next video.